Всем привет, дамы и господа, с вами Александр, который продолжает на спешл португальская семёрка. 20 величайших музыкальных фестивалей всех времен. Очень. Это Гостенбюри.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the most long-standing, influential, or otherwise important music festivals that have thrilled.
Этот фестиваль, конечно, получил пиздец какой конец.
Audiences with stellar lineups of artists. Number 20, Hellfest. The variety and diversity of festival lineups can often differ depending upon where you go and what time of year. France's Hellfest retains one creative hallmark to its history, however, energy. Then again, this Fest also boasts genre variety even within these parameters, since hard rock and metal bands from all walks of life take over the stages at Hellfest. From modern examples of the genre to a stage devoted to only the most extreme of acts, Hellfest prides itself upon covering the scope of heavy music for the contemporary festival goer. Heck, the 2025 lineup alone boasts artists as diverse as Judas Priest, Scorpions, Muse, Linkin Park, and Turnstile.
Класс.
Number 19, Rock in Rio.
Чё ты слышишь про это?
What's in a name? There's actually been a little controversy regarding this music festival that's been running in one form or another since 1985. That's because certain years of Rock in Rio, well, actually, haven't taken place in Rio de Janeiro, but cities such as Madrid, Spain, Lisbon, Portugal, and even Las Vegas.
Но имя уже есть.
Despite this, many legendary acts have recorded and released live
всем, кого нет с нами из этого видео.
Sets that took place at a Rock in Rio stage, including a notable one from Iron Maiden back in 2001. It should also be said, however, that the rock aspect of Rock in Rio doesn't always have to be taken literally, since artists like Ed Sheeran and Travis Scott have also performed there over the years. Number 18, Download Festival.
В этом месяце я досмотрю 2 реакции на вот этот вот на реакцию семьи Осборнов на их реалити, еще когда Оззи был жив. Память об Оззи.
There's a lot of wonderful heritage to be discovered.
Это еще не первый британский фестиваль, который этот еще будет как минимум в Гостенбюри.
Behind the Download Festival in the UK, specifically with how it's served as a major stage for hard rock and metal acts since approximately 1980. It was known as the Monsters of Rock Festival at that point, since adopting the Download moniker in 2003. Titles matter little with regards to just how many important bands have conquered Download over the years, however, as evidenced by the triumphant performances of Black Sabbath, Metallica, or Guns N' Roses. The spirit of rock lives within Download as generations of fans take their kids to experience what meant so much to them back in the day.
Прикольно, там училась список треков висел, что ли?
17.
О, да.
Pink Pop Festival.
Я в прошлом году смотрел сет Эда Ширда. Еще хотел пока что увидеть сет Йоста, но его нету.
It isn't exactly a common.
Я слышал эту песню не за что-то Робина Уильямса.
Occurrence that a music festival takes its name from a religious celebration. And it's this little bit of trivia that makes the Netherlands Pinkpop Festival so interesting. This diversely unique fest generally is
Ну еще
scheduled
бы Йосту там не выступить.
around Pentecost weekend, a Christian celebration associated with the Easter holiday. Easter holiday.
Не признал.
Groups from
Арточка.
rock, pop, alternative, and electronic music genres can be seen on Pinkpop stages, while a separate festival titled Pinkpop Classic was debuted in 2007 to
Год моего рождения.
appeal to fans of classic rock. This eclecticism has enabled Pinkpop to not only survive, but thrive for over 50 years.
Ну, бля, такой фестиваль классического рока будет жить вечно, мне кажется. Как и сам Пинк-поп.
Number 16, New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. What do you normally think of when the
Круто, что за
visual of
show?
a
А, это Брюс Спрингстин.
What do you normally think of when the visual of a typical
Springsteen.
music festival pops into your head? Throngs of sweaty and exhausted rock fans screaming their lungs out in front of a packaged stage? Blissed EDM heads dancing away the night to heavy midnight beats? There are no incorrect answers, but it's also important to note how important the jazz genre has been to the live music festival aesthetic. The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival is just one long-standing avenue where this iconic music genre takes shape for die-hard devotees, an outlet for jazz to come alive. Meanwhile, jazz-adjacent jam bands a la Dave Matthews have also played this fest over the years, alongside diverse guests like Santana, The Roots, and Pearl Jam. Number 15,
Сантана вообще занялся рок-н-роллом.
Rocklahoma.
Гениальное название.
The spirit of the Sunset
А прикиньте, о, это было на превью. А прикиньте, Оклахома проходила не только в Оклахоме.
Strip lives on within the hearts and minds of everyone that attends the Rocklahoma Festival over in the United States. This is a place where hair metal never dies, where hairspray continues
Hair
to
metal,
threaten our
прикольно
ozone
звучит.
layer, and where the heavy hooks pull some of the genre's biggest
Hair
heritage
metal.
acts. It isn't only glam rock that embodies the Rocklahoma stage, however, since this festival has also brought in Korn, Alice Cooper, and Avenged Sevenfold over the years. Who are we kidding, though? When we think of Rocklahoma, we primarily think of witnessing Winger, Rat, Vixen, and Twisted Sister tearing it up like it's 1985. Number 14, 70,000 tons of
Ебать
metal.
название.
Imagine you, all your friends, together with metalheads from over 80 nations and 60 metal bands, all on one cruise ship.
Whoever said
Круто.
that a proper music festival needed to take place on the ground? The 70,000 tons of metal cruise bucks that idea by holding its fest on the water.
Сколько лет этому фестивалю?
Number 14, 70,000
Уже больше 10 лет,
tons
блядь.
of metal.
Imagine you,
Imagine.
all your
15 лет
friends,
фестивалю.
together with metalheads from over 80 nations and 60 metal bands, all on one cruise ship.
Whoever said that a proper music festival needed to take place on the ground? The 70,000 tons of metal cruise bucks that idea by holding its fest on the water, as heavy metal acts from all walks of life ride the waves. The 5-day trip at sea challenges even the most die-hard festival goers to rise up to its level, partying for nearly a week straight as bands like Blind Guardian, Creator, Cannibal Corpse, and more turn a cruise ship into a destination for devastation.
My name is Julia. I'm from Victoria, BC, and this is my 6th time on the cruise.
I'm Vincent. I came from Quebec, and it's my 6th time on the cruise.
The best experience of any heavy metalhead's life.
That's the best festival that I ever been. I've been to over Europe and US and everything, but this one is the top.
70,000 tons of metal provides a truly unique experience for those who decide to take the plunge, placing attendees closer than ever to their favorite bands, while also including all of the amenities of a pleasurable vacation.
70,000 tons of metal. The original, the world's biggest heavy metal cruise. See you on board.
Number 13, Isle of Wight Festival.
Он переживал Ренессанс.
It could be argued that the genesis of music festivals as a whole could be traced back to the various counterculture movements of the late 1960s. The Isle of Wight Festival, as a result, deserves to be mentioned alongside other famous examples like Woodstock, despite its rather scattershot history. Still, the Isle of Wight Festival's legacy remains secure since its 2002 resurrection, with modern-day lineups remembering the event's old-school pedigree. Bob Dylan, The Who, and Jimi Hendrix all performed at the Isle of Wight back in the day, while current incarcerations have seen Green Day, Pet Shop Boys, and The Prodigy bring their talents to
Любой
a
фестиваль, где выступает Pet Shop Boys, становится крутым автобатом, блядь.
legendary festival stage. Number 12, Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. Music fans from all around the United States and even the world have converged upon the town of Manchester, Tennessee in order to attend the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival.
Я вообще не знал, в каком месте находится, в каком штате находится Манчестер, буду честен. Или подождите, есть американский Манчестер, а есть британский. То, что есть российский Санкт-Петербург. 52 Санкт-Петербург, ей, а есть американский.
Bonnaroo is a big city in terms of the overall impact. We've diverted over 3 million pounds of waste from the landfill.
It isn't only about the music when it comes to Bonnaroo, however, since this festival has also routinely showcased other aspects of the arts, from comedy and theater to screenings of independent short films.
Performed on a lot of music festivals and toured with some festivals, and this is one that was on my bucket list, and I put in for it for many years, and this is the first time I've came, so it's a big deal.
Thank you so much for those very cold and short applause.
Number 11, Wacken Open Air.
Заметьте, большинство фестивалей это фестивали металла.
There's only one word that metal fans need to hear when it comes to the definitive all-encompassing music festival, Wacken. This event may be localized to Germany, but fans from all around the world have made the pilgrimage to Wacken since this metal fest debuted back in 1990. The festival is so big that it even has its own theme song, We Are the Metalheads, performed by Doro Pesch and members of the festival's co-founders, Skyline. A 2014 documentary titled Wacken has also showcased just how big a deal this festival has been for so many generations, as heavy metal fans descend upon this otherwise unassuming German town to take over with proud and unrepentant heavy metal thunder.
Visitors are really friendly, nice, they're patient, they wait. We really can't complain.
Locals are happy to lend a hand if need be.
The wheel rim fell off just before we got to Wacken. The trailer was sitting on the wheel suspension. Then all of a sudden a farmer turned up, looked at us and said, I've got what you need.
Number 10, Farm Aid.
Переходим к кантри.
The 1980s were definitely a halcyon decade for well-intentioned benefit shows and songs, designed to promote awareness for certain global issues. Farm Aid has remained one of the most remembered of these festivals, a la Live Aid, and has routinely helped out American farmers with their charitable donations.
Take a walk on the wild side. Oh, honey, you take a walk on the wild side.
Meanwhile, performers that have taken the Farm Aid stage have included Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and John Mellencamp, all three of which actually helped organize the fest back in 1985. Since then, many blues, rock, and country artists have returned time and time again to Farm Aid, thrilling audiences with some truly amazing performances.
Ебать кайфу просто.
Number 9. Reading and Leeds Festivals.
Снова в Англии. Бля, Портушу Альфа присутствует.
It's more than a little impressive how the Reading and Leeds Festivals have been an ongoing tradition in the United Kingdom since 1955. The festivals have essentially served as historical bookmarks with regards to prevailing musical trends of the day. This can be seen with how more recent iterations of Reading and Leeds have incorporated more and more hip-hop within its multi-stage weekend lineups. This isn't to say that Reading and Leeds haven't also seen a wide variety of musical acts run through its grounds either, from classic rock pioneers to groups from the jazz, pop, and folk ends of the spectrum. Number 8, US Festival. Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock the voice. The US Festival may have only enjoyed a 2-year run back in 1982 and 83, but the intentions of its creator, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, certainly seem to be noble.
Да, это
co-founder Steve Wozniak.
Я точно слышу эту фамилию.
But the intentions of its creator, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, certainly seem
Бля,
to
ну
be
крутой чел, блядь. У меня есть дохуя бабок, сделай фестиваль, блядь.
Both US festivals were designed to stand in contrast to what Wozniak felt as a sense of 70s selfishness and sought to embrace cultural togetherness along with burgeoning technology. Both years lost money, unfortunately, and the 1983 iteration was notable for how each day of the festival was split into genres. Rock, country, new wave, and heavy metal were all afforded their time to shine, with some memorable performances arising in the wake of this
Бля,
decision.
сегодня надо посмотреть британскую рекламу.
This included landmark sets from Ozzy Osbourne, Quiet Riot, and Motley Crue. Number 7, Newport Folk Festival.
О, да.
The city of Newport, Rhode Island,
И мне это как показывали в фильме про Боба Дилана, охуенный. С Шоме.
The area has been home to the landmark Newport Jazz Festival since 1954, in addition to the Newport Folk Festival that's run since 1959. The latter proved to be the site of one infamous moment in music history, when Bob Dylan performed an electric set on July 25th, 1965. The decision was met with a polarizing response, but also served as a turning point in Dylan's career. The musical icon didn't return to the Newport Folk Festival stage for another 37 years. Number 6, Montreux Jazz Festival.
1967! Бля, классно.
So you may be familiar with how Deep Purple's iconic "Smoke on the Water" references the Swiss town of Montreux within its lyrics. This isn't by accident, since this area has been something of a musical mecca for years, primarily for lovers of jazz. The Montreux Jazz Festival has been running since 1967 and has seen all kinds of jazz trends come and go.
And I would rather be a blind girl, babe.
Groups from the world of bebop, hard bop, jazz rock, and fusion have all appeared at Montreux. Artists as diverse as Miles Davis, Nina Simone, and Chick Corea have played alongside rock groups such as Yes. This has enabled the Montreux Jazz Festival to remain an epitome of cool for generations of musical obsessives. Number 5. Monterey International Pop Festival.
Some came along
Один год.
on the ground to hold on and it felt like a ball and chain.
The Woodstock Festival wasn't conceived in a vacuum. It enjoyed a number of festival predecessors that laid the groundwork for what would become known as the counterculture boom of the late 60s. The Monterey International Pop Festival was held back in 1967 and included a who's who of musical talent for this amazing era. Otis Redding's performance at Monterey Pop proved particularly revelatory for a generation that was hungry for new music.
Woo!
Elsewhere, psychedelic rock ruled this festival, prodding the audience with electrified riffing and an infectious yet uplifting sense of righteous aggression. Groups like Jefferson Airplane, The Grateful Dead, and particularly Jimi Hendrix set the stage literally on fire.
Yeah, but
Number 4. Lollapalooza.
A wild-new alternative rock tour kicked off in Phoenix, Arizona on Thursday night. It's a multi-act package called the Lollapalooza Tour, and it
так, тройка мне походу ясна.
features Jane's Addiction, along with such opening acts as Living Colour, Ice-T, Susie and the Banshees, and the Butthole Surfers.
Here's a question. Have you ever had the feeling that you were watching history? The Lollapalooza Festival has been an ongoing party since 1991. When it debuted as an alternative voice to a lot of the mainstream rock that had been ruling radio.
We heard about it maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I guess it was kind of up to Jane's Addiction who was going to be on the tour. And we've always been fans of theirs. Played a couple shows in LA with them, and I was flattered to be asked to be part of something that could be pretty cool.
The festival still retains this left-of-center spirit today, even if the grunge and indie rock styles that were prevalent back in the 90s have shifted and progressed. Gen Xers who were perhaps there at the very first Lollapalooza may or may not recall being part of a new alternative movement, but they may at least be able to nostalgically look back at seeing some awesome bands.
It's real cool, man. We're having a great day, man. It is so hot.
Yeah, man.
I tell you, I'm from New York, man.
New York City boy, you never have a birthday. Охуенная песня Pet Shop Boys.
So hot. It's got to be 122 out here, right? It's got to be 122 because it's so hot.
Number 3. Glastonbury Festival of Contemporary Performing Arts. It's known colloquially simply as Glastonbury,
Да.
a moniker that should be easily recognized by anyone.
Вот, особенно когда ищешь лайв какого-нибудь исполнителя, ищешь какого-нибудь лайв какого-нибудь исполнителя на ютубе, и там точно есть лайв на Гластонберри. Какого-нибудь популярного артиста, или в прошлом, или в настоящем.
Despite this, it's important to note that a lot of the fan experience here isn't only relegated to watching live music, but also enjoying all of the various dance, comedy, and theater shows that take place over the weekend. Elsewhere, recorded LPs taken from classic Glastonbury lineups have
Кстати, кто был в
also
этом
been released
году?
over the years, documenting just some of the amazing performances. The 1972 triple album Glastonbury Fair, for example, contains out there recordings of UK prog and psych from Hawkwind, Gong, and Pink Fairies. It's just a snapshot of how Glastonbury has been an iconic festival for multiple decades.
В 26 году фестиваль не состоится. Организаторы решили сделать перерыв, чтобы дать возможность восстановить сельскохозяйственное угодье на месте проведения мероприятия. Перерыв традиционно устраивают раз в 5 лет. А в 25-то? Короче, группа за 1975, Нил Янг из The Chrome Hearts, Оливия Родриго, Дойче, Чарли Ксекс, Продиджи, Rage on Forget, The Script, Brandy Carl, Casher Chiefs и другие. О, да. YouTube, знаете, насколько это походит? Короче, я сижу, блядь, на паре в Шараге, учусь в курсе. Я был на паре, я в этом году 4-й курс специальности по критическое дело. Йоу, я сижу на паре. Точнее, в актовом зале, у нас оба же в актовом зале проходило. И, сука, YouTube присылает мне уведомление о том, что начинается сет Йоста на Коачеле. Я такой, ебать, включаю. И там прям перед началом выступления, вот YouTube мне прислал уведомление, понимаете, насколько это охуенно? У Йоста был ебейший сет в этом году.
It seems unfair to single out the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival solely for the memes and jokes that have arrived in the wake of its genesis back in 1999. There's just a certain aspect of its iconography that makes it bright, such as how many fans take the template of its lineup organization and play around with their own musical dream teams.
One of my favorite bands this year is Dr. Shlomo and the GI Clinic. Yeah. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're always amazing.
Yeah, he's really good on the flexing.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see them live. I think that's going to be one of the bands that's going to be really great live.
Highlight. Yeah. Did you see them when they played at Lollapalooza?
No, I didn't.
I'm so mad.
I'm so mad.
Kidding aside, it's also important to recognize the influence of Coachella as a tastemaker festival year after year, since its lineup often brings together the hottest young talent alongside established classics. It's the music that keeps us coming back after all. And Coachella definitely delivers on that front. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Into the group. Давай.
Number 1. Woodstock Music and Art.
Live Aid не... Ладно. Я думал Live Aid.
Fair.
250-летие в Америке, боже храни.
But the Woodstock Music and Art Fair simply has to be our number 1 pick. It was a cultural touchstone that brought together political sentiment, personal freedom, and a love of music in a way that felt codified for one special weekend back in 1969. Let's forget for a
Бля, такого еще молодого Джо-Кокера я не видел. Я на бридж. Классик. Ладони. Лабуба. Видел только его более таки постарешь. Там было вообще пиздец. Кстати, вот про этих челиксов и Клауполсов я узнал, когда смотрел видео про этот фестиваль. Когда я смотрел WCW рестлинга, я такой, вижу их такой, это те самые, которые на Вудстоке пиздец устроили.
The sequel installments in 94 and 99. And remember how the original Woodstock, though not perfect.
Да, есть от как-то, блять, Челикса разбор первого фестиваля. Только что был пиздец. Кто вообще не выступил, блять. Вудсток. No changes.
Help define a generation. A place where music and art collided, where peace, love, and some other things were passed around, and a legend was born. What are some of your road stories from the festival circuit?
Никаких. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал, жмите такое окошко, чтобы сказать, то пишите комментарии, ставьте в телегу и на бусти. Самое, всем спасибо за просмотр, всем пока.